What's going on, all you 31 Days of Horror fans out there? These two horrific reviewers, we're horrifying, are going to return tonight for the 31 Days of Horror, where we are reviewing a film from 1999. It's based on The Haunting of Hill House, the novel. We are going back in time to review The Haunting.
Oh, it is real.
Yeah, that's right. This is based off Shirley Jackson's horror novel from 1959. They also adapted this to a movie in 1963. And of course, The Haunting of Hill House, and Mike Flanagan put out a really amazing series on Netflix. So, this is, they've already adapted this a few times, but this is the film essentially based off that novel. Came out in 1999, huge year for comedies and horror movies. It was a great time for music in the late 90s. And this is, bringing in a lot of A-listers back then, Liam Neeson, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Owen Wilson back when he was younger, and going, whoa. The list goes on and on, but this film is directed by Jan de Bont that did Twister, one of my favorite movies from the 90s. And you can kind of see the similarities when it comes to some of the CGI.
The effects, yeah, it felt like a de Bont film for sure. 1999, going back in the day, right when we were in high school. I remember seeing this back then. Going by what I saw this time, what's the main story, it's these people that are insomniacs. Liam Neeson is this doctor basically that wants to have them all stay the night there as an experiment. And he's kind of doing this experiment. He tells them it's about insomnia, but it's actually about fear. So he wants to scare them and kind of measure their reactions. But what nobody really knows is this big mansion basically is actually haunted by a family where they were murdered in this place.
And then you have the main actress Lily Taylor playing Nell in this, and she really encounters a lot of spooky stuff early on, but a lot of the characters really do, because it is a haunted mansion, and of course you're trying to get scares and rise out of people, but really starts to incorporate a lot of spooky sounds and a little CGI and ghosts and things popping out of the walls and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It really sets up a pretty decent atmosphere.
Yeah, I was expecting more scares with this. This one, the effects are really cool. It's got a great look and feel to it, but it's just really tame as far as the horror and the scares go. I felt like, bringing over de Bont, obviously doing Twister. He's known for his great effects and visual style, and he brought that over to this film. It's really a great film to look at. It's really nice looking. All the actors do a relatively good job. Nobody really stands out. Bruce Dern was in it. That was cool seeing him pop up there. Liam Neeson as the main actor, way before he played the same character, in every movie like he does today, playing this doctor. So it was interesting there. But yeah, I was never scared in this film at all. That didn't provide many scares for me, on this rewatch.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of meat to the story. There wasn't a lot of, stuff, character development or anything. And stuff about the characters, you don't really care about them that much. That's what I thought was, lackluster about this movie. Just really didn't care about them or what they're going through, except some ridiculous kill scenes. One that stands out to me, I remember seeing this in the theater, was Owen Wilson's Luke. He played Luke. A scene in the fireplace. A visually stimulating and pleasing movie. I would say it looks good. It's set design in this castle or mansion. It looks awesome. Everything you'd want. In a haunted house. It just felt like the characters were lackluster.
That's where both of us, that's why we really enjoyed from Mike Flanagan on Netflix. It was just so much better because he had, 10 episodes, I believe it was, to give the characters life, and each character had life, even the minor characters. Whereas this one, you got a little 5 to 10 minute backstory on Nell's character, kind of with her mom and seeing her as a ghost. But yeah, I never really was invested or, going along in the movie, following and really caring for. That was, like you mentioned, that was definitely a big problem with this. And if you aren't invested in the characters and you don't really care what happens to them, that makes it even harder to, be scared by anything.
Yeah. Lily Taylor being the main actress, the main character in this movie, what she did in the movie, you're just like, okay. you expect more out of the main character of a movie. They just didn't write her character very well. So I was pretty
No.
unimpressed by her, but some of the other supporting cast was better.
I agree with you. Yeah, this wasn't one of the better horror films of the late 90s. We got some really good ones around that time, movies that we're going to be talking about during the 31 Days of Horror. This one wasn't a great rewatch for me. It's probably a movie that I'm not going to revisit again, to be honest. There's, a lot better things, and already the, greater adaptation with Mike Flanagan's work on Netflix. Go watch that instead of this. I mean, unless you just have a couple hours. It is nice to look at. All the sets are awesome. That the mansion itself looks great. Some of the kills are fine, but I mean, honestly, it's kind of lackluster. That's how I felt about it. So with that being said, I'm going to give Jan de Bont's 1999 The Haunting, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 Jan de Bont hair pieces.
I'll be a little nicer. Yeah, this is a movie I remember watching as a teenager, really liking it. Didn't stand the test of time, essentially. Doesn't hold up all these years later, as all the reasons we discussed. But I'm gonna be a little nicer about this. I'm gonna give The Haunting a 3 out of 5 Owen Wilson hair pieces. Whoa!
So we want to hear from you guys. Did you guys like The Haunting? Were you guys actually scared and I don't know what I'm talking about? That's probably the case. Please let us know in the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Follow along with us all month long during the 31 Days of Horror. We are reviewing TV shows and movies alike, old and new, and we're having a blast doing it. And we want to thank all of you guys for following along with us. Also, make sure to check out our website, cinephellas.com, and all our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
That's right. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel all month long. We got all this stuff, spooky werewolves, ghouls, and vampires, and everything in between. We're going to be talking about that all month. Me and this guy here and the rest of the Cinephellas crew, so spookiest content you're going to get all year.
That's right. So until the next Cinephellas 31 Days of Horror movie review, cheers!